Welcome to the New Flat Rate podcast. We started out as a contracting family, and now we give other service providers practical tools for their toolkits. If you have any questions or want to learn more, visit us at menupricing.com.
Here's what I'd like to do today, and you might have a different agenda, but I know all these great people are here for the dirty secrets of profitable duct cleaning, and we have a lot to share. And I do have 3 very specific secrets to share today. So stay with me and we will get to them with a bunch of extra great content and bonuses too. I'd like to start with a quick introduction and backstory, how we met and why we're here today. I mean, sound good?
Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds great.
I mean, probably 10 years ago, I met Cameron, maybe 10, I think it was about 10 years ago in Indianapolis on the, on the field at the Indianapolis Colts Stadium. All right. Cameron was down there on the field. We were there for, wasn't it Comfort Tech trade show, I think? Yeah. So here we are at a Comfort Tech show. They had rented out the entire stadium, which was really cool because it's fun to walk around a stadium. And Cameron was down there throwing football, and somehow I got to get down there too and throw footballs too. So here we are throwing footballs on the field, and then we got to attempt to kick a field goal. And in my mind, I am a legend of my own. I was like, psh, field goal kicking.
Easy.
You know, it always shocks me when people, whether they're college or NFL players, are out there and their job, the kicker's job is to make the field goal and they miss. To me, I'm like, that's your one job. It's your one job. So in my mind, I'm down there on the field with Cameron. I'm like, this is going to be easy. I can kick field goals all day long.
Right.
I was so ready, and I go running up to that ball. And the NFL balls are a little bigger than I thought. It maybe went 5 feet.
No one was looking to sign you that day.
Nobody was looking.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, all the scouts, I mean, they considered it, but I think they took a pass on you. They took a pass on my throwing a shoulder that day too, because the next day I couldn't lift a pencil. So, yeah, I threw like 20 passes, and the next day I was like in a sling. I was like,
yeah. Legends in our own mind. We think that we can play football. But what we do know is about profitable duct cleaning.
Absolutely.
So Cameron and I became friends a long time ago and have kind of touched base and stayed in touch since. And I love what he's doing, what Rotobrush is doing. Cameron's with Rotobrush and I'm with the New Flat Rate. And Cameron, do you want to say something? Let me just let you introduce yourself first.
Oh, are you going to play like some music and like an intro? Is there going to be like smoke or anything? No? Okay, I'll just do the regular old intro. Good morning, everyone. My name's Cameron Bell. I work for Rotobrush International. We're here in Grapevine, Texas, just 20 minutes north of downtown Dallas. I've been at Rotobrush since 2008. I started in the marketing department, trying to grow our customers and really get our customers the information that they need. I come from a janitorial background. My grandfather owned a janitorial business, and so I did sales and marketing for him for quite a while. And that's what Rotobrush was looking for, better ways to market to contractors as opposed to just throwing prices and discounts and goofy stuff like that at them. So that's how I got connected with Rotobrush. And from there, I've moved to customer service relationship management program, which was it's our indoor wellness program now, but websites, training, all that stuff that I still do. And then from there, I jumped in the sales department because I like to talk a lot and ended up at all these trade shows and I was selling stuff. So they said, all right, you're in sales now. And so I've been doing that for probably about 10 years. So I've been kind of bouncing around and I wear quite a few hats at Rotobrush. So if you call up there, you have many different questions. Somehow you might get to me anyways. But we've got a lot of great people there. We manufacture and build equipment right here in Grapevine, Texas. I'm working from home now, but we just got a ton of people ready to answer questions, customer service folks, accounting folks. We can handle financing and things like that. So we've got quite a bit going on over here in Grapevine. And I'm just happy to be on this call with many of you. Some of you I know, some of you I'll get to know. So I'm excited about it. I can put my information in the comments section. So everybody can reach out to me with any additional questions we have at the end of the show and all. It's not a show at the end of the You put a camera on me, I think I'm on TV. It's my show. No. So you guys can reach out to me and get in contact and answer more questions and get everything answered. So I'm excited to be here. it's always a good time working with you, Danielle. So I really appreciate you kind of putting this together and spearheading it. So I'm excited for the partnership.
Awesome. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks for the backstory too and where you are, and really appreciate you taking the time to be here with me. I will flip up a slide too with Cameron's contact information here in a little bit. But you know, something that I definitely want us to talk about today is because of your role and what you've been doing in Rotobrush, am I wrong to assume that you're on the phone with contractors every day all over the US and probably Canada, and so you probably hear a lot of what's happening in the field?
Absolutely. All, US, Canada, and the world. So we sell international. So I speak with customers, India, the Middle East, Africa, Australia on a regular basis. So we see quite a bit of what's going on, and we see kind of the peaks and valleys of the popularity of indoor air quality. And we've just been riding the wave for the last 10 years as we've seen indoor air quality just spike. So, and then the virus didn't help. You know, I mean,
Right.
that exploded the give a damn about indoor air quality. So yeah, I'm all day.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to hear about all the things that you're going to have to say. And I mean, I'm going to hold up my paddleboard about money because we're here to talk about profitable duct cleaning.
Absolutely.
Right. And something that I think is worth mentioning is, over the years, have you ever heard, or do contractors say to you, hey, my technicians don't want to do duct cleaning, or they don't like it? Do they feel it's beneath them? Is it wrong for me to say that?
No, that is one of the most mind-boggling things I hear on a regular basis. It really just, you know, just really shuts me down. And it's almost one of those things I don't know how to answer. When you've got the technicians running the business, it normally puts the business in a pretty bad spot, especially when customers are asking for it. And that's the whole reason ownership is even calling us. And they say, well, I talked to my techs, they don't really want to do it. You know, I think it's stupid. And to me, it's almost the mechanic that doesn't want to change oil. It's so connected to what you do. You know, it's just such a simple miss for a lot of our customers. And, you know, we have to talk about why they don't want to do it. Is there a reason? Is the pay not there? Is the incentive not there? So normally there's some additional reasons. But yeah, that one is a mind-boggling response. Our techs don't want to do it, but we absolutely hear that on a daily basis.
I thought so, because I hear it as well. And something that we like to encourage people to do is to train the positive attitude of, it is our job to help. Anybody that works in the field, it is our job to help. The field personnel is to inspect the customers. Their job is to inspect the customer's mechanical, safety, health, and performance systems in the home. And when we have that helping mindset, just like you said, it is all connected. The air, the quality, the ducts, the furnace, the AC. And so inspiring that, hey, you are a technician and you are a craftsman, but you're also a helper, and it's in your DNA to fix things and to help people. So we want to always encourage, to inspire that positive attitude of, hey, our job is here to help with the mechanical, safety, health, and performance systems of the home.
Yeah, I would say, not to cut you off or jump in, I would say that's one of the reasons we've seen such massive growth in just standalone duct cleaning contractors, is that many of our heating and air folks, our carpet cleaners, or our actual contractors that offer multiple services are opting out of duct cleaning. And so we're seeing just standalone individuals get into duct cleaning and really just hit it out of the park. So, and they'll have multiple heating and air, multiple carpet cleaning companies, multiple restoration, you know, all these different service companies literally funneling them leads for free. And so they have no marketing budget, no marketing expense, and they just get free leads every day. So that's why I think we're seeing such a massive growth in just standalone air duct cleaning company.
Did you just say leads?
We're
missing out on leads?
I'm not sure. I might have mentioned it.
To me, we're throwing money in the trash. Right now, we're busy. Hey, you know, I have a slide up. I should show up. It'd take me a minute, technology, to get it up. But I did a graph of all of the weather today, the temperature all over the U.S. So I know that we're peak season. I know we're coming on July. And so it's 102 degrees out in the desert. It's 90 degrees here. What is it where you're at?
It's 100 in Seattle. I think it's 80 today in Dallas, and it's cloudy and supposed to rain, and it's still 80.
Okay, well, that's not so bad. But my point is, some of you might be thinking, hey, I'm too busy right now. I'm in my peak. We're working 12, 15 hours a day, which I know happens all throughout the summer. So right now, you might not care about duct cleaning leads because you might not feel like you have time to get to them. But in the spring and the fall, when things slow down a little bit, do we care about duct cleaning leads? I love my little paddleboard.
I like it. You're like Jim Henson, and it's just the Muppets. It's amazing.
My point is, okay, so you're saying that all these guys are popping up saying, hey, they don't want to do, the HVAC guys don't want to do the duct cleaning, so I'm going to start my own company and do the duct cleaning because I can do it on my own. Do you need a certification to do duct cleaning?
It depends on the state. Most states, you don't need a license unless you're cutting into the ductwork. Normally, you don't have to cut into the ductwork with our brush and vacuum style systems. So that gives our customers quite a bit of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few states, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but if anyone has questions, they can email me and I can find those states for you that you do need a license for duct cleaning. But in most cases, it's just the time and the effort, that's not being applied. There's a ton of dollars sitting on the table and they just walk away from it. And the nicest thing is the duct cleaning leads to so much more.
Mm-hmm.
When my customers tell me, we're just not really interested in duct cleaning, it's like, if they're calling you about duct cleaning, they care about indoor air quality. If they care about indoor air quality,
that's right.
You could probably talk to them about quite a few other things that you offer on a regular basis that are high revenue generating, sales for you.
That's right. Cameron, since you mentioned indoor air quality, we launched here at the New Flat Rate an indoor air quality pricing module app earlier this spring, and we've been in beta for a couple months now. And really what that means too is I'm hosting these calls every single week at Tuesday afternoons. And on these calls, we're talking about how to get into indoor air quality and what's kind of going on out there and what contractors are doing, what's working, what's not. So of course, that's really what brought us here today is the duct cleaning being the best lead gen and stepping stone into an easy entry for indoor air quality. Right. And all of my contractors on the calls are getting their Rotobrush machines so that they can start doing more duct cleaning. And that's why Cameron and I really started talking so much again. But something that I have seen, and I want to share this testimony with you, working all across the U.S., this script, it's really, really simple. But when somebody calls, hey, do you do duct cleaning? They're calling all over the place, right? Do you do duct cleaning? Why, yes, we do. You called the right place, and we can certainly help you with that. And tell me, why is it that you feel your ducts need cleaned? Because there's a reason, isn't there? I should have paused. Let me say that again. Do you do duct cleaning? Why, yes, we do. And you called the right place. We can certainly help you with that. And tell me, why is it that you feel your ducts need cleaned? And then the customer will, of course, respond. And they might say, well, how much is it? Well, every home is different. We do a whole evaluation of your duct system and your furnace and AC system. And we do that for free. So we come out and we do a free estimate. And what I can tell you is contractors using a script like that and running free estimates on duct cleaning right now are closing over 80% of those calls. So their conversions are going up.
Yeah, in conjunction with a great script and your techs, really getting the home and talking about their issues, partnering with our equipment, we've got video inspection equipment. So we've got 45 feet of fiber optic cable and camera that you can stick into someone's ductwork and show them. Oftentimes we like to do a lot of telling and talking about, what we can do to help someone. But the video inspection systems really cuts out a lot of talking. So your salespeople can show the homeowner, the business owner, hey, this is what we found. This is why we're putting duct cleaning and indoor air quality quotes together for you, because this is what, your air is circulating through. Are you comfortable? Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, are you happy about this? Are you wondering why your kids are coughing, sneezing, having, massive allergy issues and you're just medicating the hell out of them? Maybe we could do something else. Maybe there's a, alternate opportunity here for us to solve some of your issues. So absolutely, the script sounds great. And there's always going to be some triggers that we find that people are calling you for duct cleaning. There's smells, there's excessive dust and dirt in rooms they don't, visit much. So a script like that is absolutely a home run and leads to so many other opportunities. So it's absolutely fantastic.
And it's an easy way to start getting those opportunities right away is just by starting on the front end of your office. Now, everything Cameron's saying is point on, and you're kind of giving away my secrets before I even get to the punch, because you have such no. Your content is terrific, and we all need to hear it.
A barber gave a haircut to a priest. The priest tried to pay for the haircut, but the barber refused, saying, "You do God's work." The next morning, the barber found a dozen Bibles at the door to his shop. A policeman came to the barber for a haircut, and again the barber refused payment, saying, "You protect the public." The next morning, the barber found a dozen donuts at the door to his shop. A lawyer came to the barber for a haircut, and again the barber refused payment, saying, "You serve the justice system." The next morning, the barber found a dozen lawyers waiting for a free haircut. If you like stories like that, stay tuned to the end of the podcast for Storytime with TNFR, where you'll get real stories about contractors and about other people too.
So which will lead me into secret number one, and I've got 3 great secrets, but Cameron will continue to expound on this. Secret number 1 of profitable duct cleaning is upfront pricing. Because all over the US and Canada, we have these bait and switch, right? Everybody's doing bait and switch. Hey, you can have, get your ducts cleaned and advertisements, radio, postcards, Facebook, whatever, $49.95. And then you go out there and, oh, but we charge for this and we charge for that. And then all of a sudden the dollar signs go up. And then the customer's starting to get mad, and we're not building a lifetime loyal customer. And then when we kind of lose trust with the customer because they thought the price was this, and now the price is trickling all over the place, we're losing our opportunity to become their trusted advisor to help with everything that Cameron was just saying. Are there any other issues in the home that we can help with? Are there any health, safety issues, right? So dirty secret number 1 is upfront pricing. And we actually do have a duct cleaning pricing page. I'll show you it in a minute with the new flat rate. And you just go out and you do your free inspection. You use the Rotobrush machine, and then you show a page out of the new flat rate, which has 5 different options for the customer to choose which option they'd like, how far would they like you to go with the duct cleaning. It's very simple. We see I've got a contractor here next door. His average is $1,400 for duct cleaning, and he's scheduling. He's got a guy that's doing that full time right now, even through the summer, and he's doing 3 a day. And so 3 a day, $1,400. That's whether it's a technician or a helper or an apprentice or whatever, it's a great revenue generator that's just going on the side. In the meanwhile, he's also doing all his demand service over here too, and then he's getting all those leads and building those relationships, and then of course he can follow up and do more things in the fall. Any comments on that? I'll slow down.
One other group that your customers and our customers can pull from, especially heating and air folks that are busy right now. I've seen quite a few of my customers use teachers that are off in the summer that have available free time to do duct cleaning. It's not very complicated. They're good at talking and educating, so they can really explain the importance of indoor air quality. Also, firefighters and paramedics, they're looking to make either some $10.99 on the side, or you can hire them part-time or whatever works best for your company. Mm-hmm. These people are highly qualified. They can talk to the importance of lung health and safety, and it also makes your company look like an all-star when you say things like, hey, we hire teachers in the summer and help paramedics and firefighters continue revenue on their off days. Mm-hmm. It's cool stuff like that. So it really makes you look like an all-star.
That's really creative thinking out of the box and great suggestions. And Cameron, we actually have one of our new customers here in town. It's 2 guys, they are firemen. And on their off days, they started an HVAC company. Yeah. So they're out there doing it. So I actually know somebody that's doing that. I love that you mentioned that. Write that down, everybody. Write that down.
Yeah, that's home run. Also, you keep mentioning something, and I know some of our customers that are coming from the Rotobrush side are going, why does she keep saying this? You keep saying free inspection, free analysis, free, we're going to come out to your home and tell you what's going on for free. I know no one said it yet. I'm waiting for I'm looking in the comments, waiting for them to explode with, she's crazy, why are you saying do this for free? Why are you saying give this information to people for free? What would make you say something crazy like that?
Something crazy. Thanks for asking. Well, because all of the contractors that I'm talking to, the issues that they're having right now is they can't compete. They can't compete with all of these companies that have huge, heavy, maybe the franchises that have the heavy marketing dollars to advertise that low price duct cleaning fee, right? And so, hey, it's, $49 or $300 or whatever the price is. They're all over the place. And so when somebody's price shopping, you can't compete with that. And that's why. So just beat it, win it.
Right.
So you don't compete, win it. Hey, you know what? We're going to do it for free. We're going to come out there. And like I said, people that are doing that, their conversion, their closing rate is over 80%. And so would you risk the opportunity 80%? I mean, to be able to go in and know that you're going to close 80% of those calls, you go on and do those estimates versus, oh yeah, we can meet that price. Or, oh, you just can't compete when it's a price war like that. So get out of the price war and get into the home and then start building rapport with the homeowner and provide your value. Show the upfront pricing menu page of options so that the customer can choose the level of service they want. And like I said, we've got, people with averages of $1,400 and up on their duct cleaning. I don't know what you're seeing, but we even have some at $4,800 for duct cleaning. It's crazy.
Right. We see the same. And like I was saying, we've got customers that's literally all they do is duct cleaning every day, and they are outpacing our heating and air contractors.
Mm-hmm.
$500,000, $1 million a year running vacuum cleaners. So when I have heating and air folks or other contractors saying, I don't know if we can make money doing this, it just kind of blows my mind. I'm going, wait, what do you mean? I've got customers that do $1 million a year running vacuum cleaners every day. Like, I'm sure you can figure it out with the customer base that's already asking you for the service. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Now that leads me into, hold on. It leads me straight into step number 2, secret number 2, my dirty secret number 2 of profitable duct cleaning. Meanwhile, I saw a chat come into us panelists. Somebody said, where's that award-winning smile, Cameron? There it is. So dirty secret number 2 is the no selling conversation. While you're there and you're doing your duct cleaning, as Cameron said, ducts are already connected to everything else going on in the home, right? So a winning line is this. Now, I don't expect to, but if I see anything that concerns me while I'm cleaning your ducts today, would you like me to tell you about it? Again, my secret number 2, write that down, was the no selling conversation. We're not there to sell and to pressure, and our technicians don't want to be salesmen, but we are there to look for opportunities, especially opportunities that might help us in the slow season that's coming up after this busy season later this fall, if we can find opportunities. So again, it goes like this. Now, Cameron, while I'm here cleaning your ducts, now I don't expect to, but if I see anything that concerns me while I'm cleaning your ducts today, would you like me to tell you about it? Yes or no?
Easy, yes.
Right? Now, if you said no, no problem. I'll just move on with my day. Okay, no problem. I'll just keep cleaning. But who's going to say no? So if you say yes, that gives me the open door to look around and to inspect and then to come back with you with this transition. Oh my gosh, because we want to be empathetic and show concern, right? I've noticed something, but I don't know if it would concern you or not. Well, you see, XYZ, whatever it is that you saw, and maybe it's even something growing on the outside of the air ducts. Here in the South, that happens. Well, you see on the air ducts, it looks like something's growing. And if it's on the outside, it's probably on the inside. But I don't know if that's a concern to you. Is it a concern to you?
Absolutely.
I mean, I want you to pull the information out of me. I'm not trying to sell you. So, you're concerned? Oh, okay. Well, then I'll tell you more. Well, if you want, we'll take a look. We'll go ahead and put our camera down in here and we'll take a further look.
Please do.
Okay. And now that opens up easy segue into the conversation of if we didn't find anything, no big deal. But if we did find something, then again, it's the no selling conversation. We can just show options for what we found. And it might be something that we can schedule for later. I know contractors that have weeks worth of duct jobs and other jobs that came out of the duct cleaning scheduled already for in the fall. And how great is that? That when the weather and temperature changes, already they have a calendar full in the fall with opportunities that they found in the home.
That might take out some of that roller coaster style income that our heating and air folks see sometimes that they complain so much about.
Well, because they shouldn't have to have it.
No.
You know, nobody should have to have a roller coaster income. We want them to have consistency because it's business.
Right.
And
Right.
business has to keep going. And so
Right.
we have just found by talking to contractors every day all over the US and Canada, all you guys, thank you so much for sharing with us what you're experiencing and what's going on out there. We found that duct cleaning seems to be a secret sauce for finding more opportunities in the home and generating more revenue and income. And the profitability factor too, the profitability that you don't have all the materials, parts, equipment costs. You already have your Rotobrush machine, right? Once you sign up with Cameron today, if you don't already have one. You already have your Rotobrush, and then you just hire, like you said, even in the summer, somebody that can get out there and start running it.
Yeah. It's an add-on. You know, it's a very bolt-on service for our customers, which is something that they really like. It doesn't take a ton of education. And every now and then someone goes, well, Cam, I don't know if my techs can do it. And I go, if they can't run a vacuum cleaner, don't put them behind your trucks and your vans because they're going to hurt somebody. Like, it's not that difficult, you know. I don't know. But yeah, it's a very bolt-on service, very easy to do. Like you said, revenue generator in the fall and the spring when a lot of times the heating and air folks slow down. So it's an easy add-on.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I don't want to go too fast.
I thought we were going to get some questions in here. Maybe no one has a keyboard. No questions. Anyone have any questions for us?
I've got Rosalind sitting in my office, and she's going to ring a bell and throw something at me if there's something real pertinent. I said only if it's not too hard, though. If it's a really, really hard question, don't ask.
Right. We see a stapler come across, and we'll know what's up.
Hey, Mark, I see that you just asked if we have any menu samples. I do. I'll flash one up on the screen in just a second. Thanks so much for asking about that. And then I'll just move on to my secret number 3. Dirty secret for profitable duct cleaning, number 3. And this is the biggest secret of all. Are you ready for it, Cameron?
Yeah.
Contractors and technicians may not value duct cleaning as much as their customer. Let me say that again. Contractors and technicians may not value duct cleaning as much as their customer. And let me expand on that. Because if your homeowner, your customer, if she is wiping off her countertops all the time because she can't stand to see dust, imagine what she'd say if she saw what was in her air ducts. People want clean. People want clean houses. People want clean environments, right? Some people want clean cars. Not all. But then they definitely want clean air ducts. We don't want to think that the air that we're breathing in our home, in our haven, in our safety sanctuary is dirty, right? And so we can't see, homeowners can't see what's inside the air ducts unless you show them. So when you show them the inside of their air ducts, it's not about what you want. Ask them how far they want you to go.
Yeah, I think that's a big disconnect that our customers and homeowners have. Home and business owners have. I think our heating and air contractors, our restoration contractors, I think they see duct cleaning as, it's kind of an add-on. It's kind of, gimmicky. It's kind of goofy, which was true in the past. Years ago, when some of you started, duct cleaning it was very gimmicky. It was very hocus pocus, but it's moved beyond that. And it's something that customers are really demanding and they really desire, and they're looking for it. And if you don't offer it, they're going to get it from somewhere else. Which can be, frustrating and needless because all you have the ability to do duct cleaning on a daily basis. But I think we really look past duct cleaning as something that's just kind of trivial, and customers are demanding it. They really, really want it. We've seen, the demand for indoor air quality go through the roof. The pandemic really just, lit a fuse on that and exploded. But now I don't think that's ever going to go away. And so it's going to be top of mind for many customers going forward. And so we got to be able to, solve their issues, answer their questions. And it may require some education, on your part, letting your technicians and the people in the office know, what's going on with indoor air quality, what we need to know. So we've got some information on that too here at Rotobrush. So we can sit down and do Zoom meetings. We've got a bunch of videos and stuff like that. But in many cases, just, some YouTube watching can alert you to some major indoor air quality issues in homes, and also educate you on how dust and particulates and pet dander, things like that can affect the human body and your comfortability and happiness. So a ton of information we've got for you. Top of mind for your customer. I want you guys to, in some cases, even ask your customers. If you're on the fence about this, ask your customers or ask the office staff, hey, are we getting calls for duct cleaning? Why are they asking us about duct cleaning? What's triggering all this? And sometimes you just go, oh yeah, we get calls about it. And I hear that every day. Yeah, we get calls about it. And I go, well, why are they calling you? You don't advertise for duct cleaning. What would make people call you anyway about duct cleaning? They go, And that just kind of blows my mind that people ringing your phone about a service that you don't advertise or offer, and you're just completely ignoring all this. So I think we need to dig into it, and many of you are digging into it right now. So this may be the beginning, or this may be kind of midpoint in your process. So I'm glad that we're all here to kind of discuss it.
Yeah, me too. And duct cleaning also leads to duct sealing, duct repair, duct replacement. It can also lead to, hey, look how dirty your ducts are. Let's get them cleaned. And then for those of you that love to do equipment replacement too, there's a lot of opportunities that can lead to that too. Hey, can you? I want to show. I'm going to show my menu page in a second, and I do see we've got some comments and questions in, but I don't want to forget to talk about your dryer vent, the Rotobrush dryer vent. Now, maybe even what do you call it?
We've got a roto vent vac that's a dryer vent system, and we also have an HD vac. So we've got two dryer vent cleaning systems. One is more powerful, 60% more powerful than the other system. And dryer vent cleaning is another easy opportunity to add extra, $300 to $500 on any service that you're in the home for. And every now and then someone's going to say, man, $300 to $500, no one's going to pay that for a dryer vent cleaning. And in fact, we're not going to be talking about dryer vent cleaning. We're talking about fire prevention. So pay you $300 to vacuum lint out? Probably not. But when you're talking fire prevention, keeping their home from turning into a crater, they absolutely will listen to you on why they need to have that dryer vent cleaned out, and also be open to use running a camera down the ductwork, that dryer line, to see what's in there and how bad it is. And most of the time that's extremely embarrassing for a customer to see you pull out 2 Walmart shopping bags full of lint in a home that they've never had cleaned.
I'm so glad we're talking about this. What we've found, Cameron, to be a secret formula in these conversations is these 3 simple things. One is you point out the problem, right? And so, for example, with dryer vent, oh my gosh, I'm a little concerned because XYZ, look at your dryer vent. And then part 2, you bring in credibility. Did you know that, with fire prevention or the statistics that, and you might even know the percentage of house fires that are started because of the dryer vent?
Depending on the year, it's the number 1 or number 2 cause of house fires.
Did you know that it's the number 1, number 2 cause of house fires is your dryer vent? So you bring in third-party credibility. The so-and-so says that, right? And then you predict the future about the situation. Hey, this is a safety concern in the future. Now, what I'm saying is that it doesn't have to necessarily be today, but these are conversations that once we get in there, whether we're on that free estimate call or whether we're doing the duct cleaning, whether we're doing the dryer vent, conversations for, let's talk about the future of your home. How long do you want to live here? You're going to live here for the rest of your life? Okay, if you don't want to pay $500, $1,500, $4,800 today, let's talk about doing this over time. We want to keep those discussions going.
And I would say in most cases, when you show someone their dryer, being clogged full of lint, the chances of them turning it down are extremely slim, because at that point, now that you know that it's a problem, if anything happens after that, it's just on the homeowner. No one really wants to go, okay, you showed me, I see how bad it is. I'm going to roll the dice on this with my family, grandparents, mom, dad, sleeping in this house, and now you got people jumping out the window and your house is ablaze because you saved yourself $300 to $500. So we see most customers, once you show them, it's an open and shut case. I've even got a couple firefighters that have dryer vent cleaning businesses, and they make people sign a waiver. Hey, you don't want dryer vent cleaning today? Great. We just want you to sign this saying that you're declining us cleaning it, and that you did see the lint, the buildup, and that you are just going to decline the service. And they tell them all the time, hey, listen, you can call the 800 number, or we'll show up when you call 911. Either way, we'll be here. But it's just, a good side and a bad side of the coin that we're going to show up, so stuff like that's pretty important.
What kind of questions do we have coming in? Rosalind, is there
someone?
Oh, okay, great. Some of them are panelists.
Are you gonna? Super Steve asks, are those wings on your back? Well, Steve, that's a fantastic question. Me being a very serious person, it's in fact not wings on my back. It's just Batman. I'm a grown up and I love Batman, but it's a secret. So between me and you, it's not wings. It's just Batman. I saw Rodney. Rodney, I've had enough of you. Danielle, can you block him? Well, shut down. Can someone take his monitor and his keyboard away? Says, am I a big shot or do I actually go out on duct cleaning jobs once in a while? It's been a while since I've been on a duct cleaning job. Most of the time I try to hide in the office and sit in a chair with wheels on it to keep from doing any actual real work. But, you know, maybe one day I will get back out there and get my hands dirty. I tell myself that, but the chances of it, I'm scared at this point to actually do any real work. I just like sitting here and talking.
I want you to keep talking, Cameron. People like to hear from you. I wanted to show a sample of one of our duct cleaning pages. So with the new flat rate, we do have these duct cleaning pages. And what I'm thrilled about is the feedback I'm hearing with contractors, how easy it is to get their Rotobrush machine and use the new flat rate pricing pages. And the together is a perfect marriage because they're able to show these options right away very easily. And we even, if you don't have a full system in the new flat rate, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, equipment, IAQ, chimney, we've got all different modules. You can actually do what we call section selection and just get the duct cleaning section if you'd like. But here's a sample page. This is what our app looks like. And as you can see, these options here with the top platinum option, if somebody was going to take that duct cleaning, they would end up doing a complete air duct system cleaning, pull and clean indoor blower wheel as well, clean and sanitize indoor evap coil, clean out indoor unit cabinet free from debris and mold, clean and flush the drain pan and drain lines with, and it gives a product, fog system and duct work. Let fan circulate for 10 minutes to dry, spray the Fresh Duct, BJ Fresh Duct Aerosil through the return intake and replace the customer's disposable air filters or clean washable. And on the platinum, schedule for a 1-year return visit. Now, that was more than just duct cleaning, and that was the platinum option. That's why I wanted to tell you all the things that you would be doing. You'd be doing duct cleaning, but you'd also be doing other things. I know another contractor who, if somebody's going to choose the gold or the platinum, the top options on a duct cleaning, he automatically goes around and throws in free floor vents, the registers, all in the house. He just goes in, he keeps a box in his truck, and he just goes and replaces them. Now, shockingly enough, this contractor, he's the owner of his business. He, goes out and he does some calls too, and is also a technician sometimes, but he chooses to go on these duct cleaning calls because they lead into so many indoor air quality opportunities that he personally decides, hey, it's so profitable for my business, I'm going to run these calls.
I'm going to throw an alley-oop real quick to some of my Rotobrush folks that aren't familiar with your business and what you guys do over there. We've never introduced you and what you guys do and why it's so important. And I'll turn you loose on that. But I want all my Rotobrush folks to understand why technology and things like this to be able to give to a customer and show to a customer is so important. Technology makes your business look cutting edge. So when you have things like video inspection units and information on a tablet to show a customer and say, hey, you can choose what level of air quality you want in your home. We have all these different packages, all these different options. And the one thing that they're always going to ask is, what do you think? If this was your house, what would you do? And so it's so important that we give customers these options and allow them to choose. And it also keeps customers from saying stuff like, well, I can't just pay that one quote that you give me. You go, oh yeah, duct cleaning is going to be $900. And they go, no. It's, hey, we've got, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 2,300, 3,000, what fits your budget? At this point, we can finance it, the app out, we can get it, we can get you qualified. So it really gives the customer options to purchase, which I think is one of the most important pieces that contractors sometimes miss, just dishing out quotes. Here, I gave them you gave them one quote, you gave them one option to do business with you.
Right.
I want my Rotobrush people to really kind of key in on why this is so important. So Danielle, you could kind of tell them what you guys do, because I know we assume that everyone knows, but if you would kind of tell them what you guys do and why it's so important.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Cameron. And for all you guys who maybe don't know, I'm glad that you're here today, spending time with us. But, we do pricing, and it's not about flat rate. It's about a menu of options so that, like Cameron said, the customer can choose the level of service that they want. And we take all the selling away from it. We don't want technicians to ever have to sell. They don't want that pressure on their shoulders. They are good guys. They're fix-it guys and girls, and they want to get out there and do a great job and to be helpful. And that's what's in their core, their DNA. And so this system is an automatic sales system, does the selling for them. And everything diagnosed in the home has 5 price points that come with it automatically. Now, this page is too long, so you can't see the bottom price, but there's 5 price points so that the customer doesn't need to quote all around and find different prices. They automatically have 5. And Cameron, what we see is 80% of the time, homeowners are choosing higher than the bottom Band-Aid option. And that bottom option is a standard flat rate price. But 80% of the time they're choosing a higher option. What that does is it just increases your cash flow as a contractor. It's putting more money in your pocket so that you can whether stabilize or grow your business, whatever it is that you want to do. And it allows you to take your time, do a great job, give better warranties, do great service for that customer. I know already you guys are out there doing great service, but if they bought your day and paid you, $1,800 instead of $1,300 on a call, because you gave them the option, what more could you do to serve them? And how does that better build that two-way loyalty between you and your customers? It goes a long ways. I'll show you, with our what we call section selection, you can just get, if you say, hey, I'm on this call today and I'm going to go get a Rotobrush machine from Cam, and then I want to be able to price my Rotobrush easily, you can, for $5.95, get what we call section selection and just grab our duct cleaning pages right from the new flat rate. So it's an easy way to get started. Take a screenshot of this. We're not done. I just want you to take a screenshot of our contact information before I stop sharing.
And for that price, I mean, for $600 to shortcut, the school of hard knocks, it's absolutely priceless. So for all of my Rotobrush folks out there that are going, we're trying to figure out duct cleaning, we're trying to fine tune it, spend the $600 and at least get the basics. But I would say give Danielle and her team a call and find out what they can do for you and how it could all work together, because I've been working with them for years, and all of their customers that work with our equipment are next level. They don't have any mediocre customers that are just doing duct cleaning. It's just a thing we do sometimes, some days. That's not what they're producing out there. So they've got top selling contractors that are really just hitting it out of the park. So I love duct cleaning. I think it's super important, but none of this, makes anybody feel good if you don't make any money. So that's why we're here. That's what we're talking about, is the dollars that you can generate for your business and how it can change your business. So, it's absolutely worth giving them a call and finding out what they can do for you and how to really sharpen the spear on this and hit it out of the park. We've got the equipment. I do some training for sure over here at Rotobrush, but they just have taken, what I do on a small scale and just exploded it. And so that's why we work with them, and I was talking to some folks and they were like, well, Cam, are you worried about taking away your shine? And I was like, listen, what they do is what I wish to grow up and be when I become an adult. But they've really just, taken this to the next level, and they've got all the tools to hit it out of the park. So when we do our Rotobrush training and stuff, we kind of touch the tip of the iceberg, and they pick that iceberg up, hold it out of the water, and really break it down for you and put it in bite-sized pieces and just extrapolate it to your homeowners and your customers in just such a readable, understandable way that it's just amazing. So I'm thankful for them and what they have, been able to do with this, because it's something that our industry, I think, needs for it to make sense to our customers. Just throwing prices at customers and writing down, prices on sheets of paper and on the back of, McDonald's receipts, those years are done. And we need to really give people some information that they can consume and understand. So I like what they've got going on over there.
Why, thank you.
That sounded like an ad. Hashtag, I believe in these people. No.
Hey, same goes for you. That's why I'm so excited about these indoor air quality conversations that we're having with people. When everybody says, hey, I want to get started in indoor air quality and I don't know what's the first step. It's scary to even start to move into it. And I cannot not talk about Rotobrush, that is the perfect stepping stone and exactly where you need to go to start getting your equipment one thing at a time. And they've got Cam's got some great specials and things going on that he can share with you But that's just that is the stepping stone to get started. And like you said, you can find somebody that can run the machines. It's not difficult. And then your profitability and your margins are going up. And isn't that what we all want?
Absolutely. That's why we're all here. Yeah. I want to answer some of the questions that folks are aiming some questions at me. Rodney, you asked, how long should I expect duct cleaning to take? Can my guys do it while they're installing? Depending on the size of the house, duct cleaning is anywhere from 2 to 3 hours up to about a 30,000 square foot house. The system, I would say the longest part of the duct cleaning is going to be taking down registers and putting them back up. So just get you a little quick power drill, buzz them down and buzz them back up on the back side of the duct cleaning. But duct cleaning is going to be pretty quick and pretty easy, especially when you're doing an install. I mean, you've already got the system apart. So in that case, depending on where you are in the US, you can take the duct cleaning system into the attic and clean the system from the top down. You can take it in the basement, clean it from the bottom up, or from that first floor down and first floor up, depending on what kind of home you got and where you are in the US. But it's absolutely 1,000 times faster when you're doing an install. So I tell my customers in the heating and air side, on every install, you should have just added duct cleaning in there and tell them, hey, we're not installing new equipment on dirty ductwork. That's just not what we do. So that should be just built into all but maybe your most base installs. But we tell our customers on average on a 2,000 square foot house, duct cleaning should take you about 2.5 to 3 hours with before and after video inspection, and the driving cleaning add another half an hour to 45 minutes. And that's with one person. So if you add, a second guy or gal to that job, you can do that same 2,000 square foot house in 2 hours. So you could do 3 in a day.
And that's what we're seeing is people, the contractor here locally, he's actually my brother. I'm really proud of him, Dallas. He's
right.
running those.
He's been killing it for years.
Yeah, he really is. And he's scheduling 3 a day.
And another question, what is the cost of the Rotobrush machine? This isn't like an infomercial. You got, look at the clock, you got another 13 minutes to call us. We've got a 5% discount. In that information that you saw that Danielle popped up on the screen a few minutes ago, you guys can give me a shout after this call or just shoot me a quick email. I'll send over pricing for you. We've got some special pricing for all the flat rate folks and everyone that came off of this webinar. So we've got some special pricing for you with some discounts. And so if you just shoot me a quick email, I can get that over for you quick and easy. And for my Rotobrush people, same goes for the flat rate. They've got some, that awesome special for you, just the introductory. But then they have some special pricing for you as far as their higher end packages and all the different stuff they can do for you. So all the people on this call are going to get some special pricing from both sides. So absolutely take advantage. Absolutely take advantage of that. The Rotobrush machines, just kind of give you an idea, they start at about $6,000, go up to $15,000, $16,000, depending on what you add, including video inspection systems, or residential or commercial cleaning systems and things like that. So between $6,000 and about $15,000. Depending on what you need. So you give me a shout and we can talk about, what fits your business and what you guys need.
But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more, says Steve.
And
right. Hey, I've got scripts to give away too. I want Cam to keep going, but reach out if you need scripts on how to get your CSRs to talk about this. Let me know.
Absolutely. And that's one of the most important things is engaging your technicians and your phone staff people to cultivate these calls, cultivate these questions into, good, strong leads and home visits that turn into large dollars. So, and I don't know, Danielle, if you guys talk about it much, but incentivizing, incentivizing your technicians and your office staff to, turn these into leads, say, hey, if this person purchases, I've got, a 2% commission. I've got this for you, that for you, this is how it works out. So incentivizing your personnel to actually sell, on these jobs, or at least educate the customer so it turns into a sale. It's going to be pretty important. Asking your staff to do more for the same amount of money. Rotobrush doesn't ask Cam to do more and not pay me more. I promise you it wouldn't work out well. So we're all, I hope John, are you on this call? Rosalind, scratch that. Can you edit that out? But yeah, asking people to do more and not paying them more, not incentivizing them to do more, it doesn't really work out that well. So, I know Danielle and her team has some ways that you can incentivize your technicians and your people to, make more money and put more dollars in their pocket as they, add these services to your company.
I'm seeing more and more people incentivize their office staff for this stuff.
Absolutely. Rodney's other question, should we clean the air ducts when we sell an expensive filter? I say clean the air ducts for every reason, every time, every call, no matter what you're in the home for. I don't care if you're upgrading their filter, if you're upgrading their thermostat, take a look at the duct work and, tell them how you can improve their indoor air quality. Sometimes it's going to be a cleaning, sometimes it's going to be a duct replacement, but that should always be, top of mind for us, the air quality, on every call, every time we walk into a home. We want to be able to show someone, hey, this is what we found. Hey, it's not bad, but it's getting there. You got a lot of pet hair because you got 5 dogs and 3 dusty kids. So this is something we're not going to talk about today, but probably in our next visit, it might be something we need to bring up.
Yes, Courtney, shoot me an email and I'll send you the sample scripts. Thanks for asking. Absolutely.
George.
Dusty kids.
George asked, if you need to have your ducts clean, then there's an underlying issue. Dusty ducts can point to leaky duct, which lead to duct sealing. Mold can point to oversized equipment. So to me, duct cleaning, while good, is a great lead generation machine. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we see that the duct cleaning literally walks people into all the other services you guys offer. I've got quite a few customers that work with AeroSeal. I don't know if you guys are familiar with AeroSeal, but they sell duct sealing equipment. So they use duct cleaning as a lead generation. So the duct cleaning absolutely can get you in the home and points out so many other issues that the customer, may not even know about. We'll have our customers run cameras through the ductwork and we'll find that there's whole duct sections that aren't even connected. And they're wondering why this side of the house is super hot or super cold. And, come to find out the ductwork isn't even connected, or it is super leaky, or, you had 2 squirrels and a raccoon have a fight and, this flex duct is just completely shredded up. Another thing that I want to point out is our systems can clean both metal ducting, flex duct, and fiberboard. So no matter where you are in the US or the world, our equipment can clean the ductwork. And it also clean nylon sock ducting also. Mark Brimley, he put his email in there. He said somebody reach out to him. So Mark, we'll have somebody reach out to you from Danielle's side and they'll get you some more information. And thanks for being a Rotobrush customer. Super Steve, how can I get my hands on your cool machine and how do I get trained? Well, Steve, you got to call me. Okay. I know it's very complicated, but you just call me. We'll get you in some equipment. We'll talk about, what equipment is going to best fit your needs. Major discount and free training, none of that computes because the word free was in there. And it's not a word I really read well. How about a major discount and free training? Huh. Yeah, I don't really compute that. But let's talk about it when you call me. Nothing's free. So we got to work back and forth on this, but we'll talk about it. Stacy said, we use the new flat rate with the Rotobrush. Works great for us. Stacy, you are awesome.
Yay.
Another question. Danielle's got scripts for you. Someone says AeroSeal is $42K and it's a great system, but also hard to sell, at least in my area. Mike, man, right on. It's not cheap. It's not a cheap service. I would say my customers that start with AeroSeal and then add the duct cleaning, they find it to be a lot easier because the duct cleaning will roll into the AeroSeal. So it's hard to just start with someone and hit them in the mouth and say, hey, you want to spend $4,000? And they're like, that's an easy no. Mm-hmm. But if you give them, kind of the flat rate pricing or a pricing menu and say, hey, these are all the things we offer. And, here's at the top of the list is going to be our platinum package. Is going to be, both duct sealing, cleaning, driving cleaning. And so it's all these things. It's a list of things that you get. You get so much stuff in this package and all these other things are discounted. So it's the best value. So I think that might help you also being able to tack on some additional services and really kind of extrapolate on what you're giving the customer as opposed to saying, hey, we're going to fog some glue into your ductwork and seal it up. Customers are like, okay, what is that it? You want me to pay that for that? It's kind of a lot. So I would say really look at, what else you can add, to that aero seal service and the duct cleaning, the driving cleaning, and obviously your filtration services will absolutely help that. So great question. Great comment.
A tip on how to locate ducts. I don't know if you've ever heard this, Cameron, you maybe have, but I work with John Ellis a lot, who does a lot of industry consulting for indoor air quality. And he suggests going to a Halloween store and just getting a cheap little fogger and putting that in there and fogging, because it's a good visual demonstration for the customers to see where there could be leaks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Being able to show people the loss of, air and say, hey, if this, and normally in our training class, we talk about duct sealing a little bit and why it's so important. And I would say one of the best ways to explain, air loss and your heating cooling loss is to put it in terms of water. If you put it in terms of water, it's something people go, okay, so this is a problem, me losing water out of my, PVC pipes in the home. Same, you're losing air out of your duct connections and things like that. That's a massive issue, causing, condensation in areas that you don't want it. It's causing, infiltration of dust, dirt, all kinds of fun stuff into the ductwork that can, trigger allergies, asthma, and an insulation from the attic, mold and mildew from underneath the house, so put it in the frame of, if these are your water pipes, you'd be losing 10, 15, 20%. And so that really kind of changes, what it means to people in their mind. And because that's where all these services exist, is in their mind. So we have to change how they see it in their mind and why it's so important. If this were water, you'd be losing 30%. Would you be okay losing 30% of your water underneath your house, in your attic, in between walls and ceilings? Probably not. So that's why we take care of this also. So, maybe change how you talk about it also will help.
I've never heard anybody use that analogy. That's great.
I just made that up.
He's here all day, guys.
I'll be making stuff up for the rest of the year, indefinitely.
Cool.
The 600, how many pages? Fair question, Brent.
Oh, you said, what do you get for the 600? How many pages?
Yes.
You get a whole section. And so in that section, you got duct cleaning and sanitization and sealing. And I believe in that duct section, you also have duct repair and replacement pages too, and all different levels. So there's a lot of pages for it and a lot of pricing flexibility. If you don't mind, and if you have a minute, it would not take long at all for my girls downstairs to show you a quick demo, walk you through the app and show you all the different pages that are in there, which would help you make a decision. So if you want to schedule a demo at thenewflatrate.com or shoot me an email. I want to make it easy for you, but let us show you and just walk you through the app. That way you can see all the pages yourself and you'll know exactly what you're getting.
Not about it. Brent, give them 30 minutes to fill out, to get some information over to you. I think it'd be well worth it. Stacy says, we take off the end cap of the return duct, snap a picture and show the customer and it sells itself. Yeah, it doesn't get any easier than that, showing instead of telling. A lot of times, like I said earlier, I think our customers talk too much and, don't show enough. And also, I think the most important thing about, showing those pictures and videos and things like that, like from our video inspection, just a, cell phone camera can do quite a bit. It locks it in someone's mind. They cannot forget what they've seen. I forget what people tell me all the time, but when I see something wrong with my home, when I see something wrong in my business, I go, man, I can't ignore this anymore. Or as long as I try to ignore it, every time I run my dryer, knowing that it's chock full of lint, I go, man, it's like I'm lighting a fuse on a bomb, hoping it doesn't go off every day. So it's extremely important, like you said, to show customers, hey, this is what you're dealing with. This is the issues that we're talking about. And that's even something you can always come back to if they don't purchase that day. If they say, we don't have the money right now, we're trying to do school shopping and, this or that. So the dollars aren't quite there. It's something you can always reach back out and say, hey, this is what your ductwork looked like. This is what your dry vent looked like in the summer of, 2021. This was June of 2021. It's been 3 months. It's been 2 months. It's only getting worse. Are you ready to address this issue? So those are emails that your office staff can send out that really kind of brings people back into the fold.
That's great. We're coming up at the top of our hour. Any last minute questions? Or if anybody didn't write down Cameron's contact or our contact information, we really love that you guys took the time out of your day. I know it's busy right now. Thanks for joining us. Cameron, I could talk all day. I love the dialogue and your information, though. I mean, your years in the industry, you really are a wealth of information.
I tell myself that's how I get up every day. And I look in the mirror and I say exactly that to myself.
I am a wealth of information.
I'm a wealth of information. Now go sit down at your computer. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. From Ralph putting everything together, and she did a fantastic job. So you have some just great people over there. I don't know about Rodney. Hopefully you guys can get him out of there. I don't know. Are you guys still cutting him a check? I don't know about that. But everyone I've worked with at your company over the last 10 years have been great. And you guys are all pointing in the same direction. And so it's just fantastic to work with you guys. And, hopefully we can do more of these more often and just educate our industry on, pricing correctly, both not just the indoor air quality service, but also you guys price heating and air and quite a few other services. So for all of our Rotobrush, folks, get with them on just all of your pricing needs, and they've got all that for you. But hopefully we can just improve this industry as a whole. One thing I'm always afraid of, and I never like to talk in fear, but I'm always worried about the heating and air industry and some of these other industries really getting taken over by just some massive company, an Amazon or a Google, saying, we're going to run around and buy all these little companies because they don't handle their customers well. They don't give information. They don't share information. And I think that'd be, one of the worst things that happens to, indoor air quality and heating and cooling is someone just buys it all up and buys a 1 hour or buys the Dwyer Group and just kind of turns it into a, massive conglomerate, when I think we can all get together and make better businesses and educate our customers really, really well and just hit it out of the park. So I hope we can all get together more, and any information you guys need from both us here at Rotobrush or the flat rate, reach out. Everyone at both of these companies, they work really hard every day to give you guys as much information and just really change this industry. So we've been fighting the same fight for, a long, long time. And I think we're going to continue to do it. And, use our information, give us a call, find out what you need to know to make some really good decisions and improve your business.
Welcome to Storytime with Teen FR. Today we're going to be talking about how to wow your customers. Rodney Cope, founder of the New Flat Rate and longtime contractor, has a great little tidbit about Zig Ziglar that he'd like to share. Check it out.
The road to wowing your customers. We talk about being different, setting ourselves apart, maybe really wowing our customers. You know what? How do you really wow your customers? And by the way, there's reasons why you would want to wow your customers. Obviously, they remember you, don't you? I'm reminded of a story that Zig Ziglar told about when he went to buy a car. Actually, it was the first Cadillac he ever bought. He came into the dealership with a Buick. Now, he didn't put many miles on a car because he just drove to the airport, would fly off to some speaking engagement, come back and drive home. So he had this beautiful Buick that had hardly any miles on it. So he goes into the Cadillac dealership and he's greeted by a salesman. Hello, may I help you? Well, I'm thinking about possibly buying a new car. And the salesman immediately says, I can't understand why you would. That is one of the most beautiful Buicks I've ever seen. Is that by chance an executive car? Well, an executive car is a car that's used by the big shots at Buick, okay? They use it for 4 or 5 months, as a kind of a demo, and then they turn it out to the lot. These cars have everything on them, and they're gorgeous. Sometimes they're in specific colors. So the salesman wows Mr. Ziglar by drooling over his car, or I should say by wholly appreciating his car. That wouldn't by chance be one of the executive models. Oh, yes, it is, says Mr. Ziglar. Wow, he says, why would you want to trade that in? And it doesn't look like you've even driven it much. Zig says, no, I haven't driven it much, but I've just thought I might be interested in a Cadillac. Well, let's go ahead and drive one. You see what happened? Now think about it. Zig Ziglar was so impressed because the salesman was so impressed with his property. So how do you really wow your customer? Let's say that you're on a plumbing call, or let's say that you're on an air conditioning call. Okay, and the customer says, oh, here's my problem. I've got this problem with my furnace. wow, Mr. Customer, you know, that's one of the best furnaces that Lennox ever made, or that's one of the best furnaces that Maytag ever made. I'm really surprised you're having a problem with it. It's really, really a great piece of equipment. You see what you do? You immediately appreciate their property. What are they expecting a service technician to do? And what do other service technicians do? Wow, this thing's really pretty old. Have you thought about replacing it? I don't know if you'll get too many more years out of this. Compare that with, wow, what a great furnace. Wow, what a great water heater. I've got one just like that at home. What am I saying? Appreciate your customer by appreciating his property. He's put money into it. He or she made a decision when they bought it. They chose it. Appreciate their property as step one to wowing your customer.
Thanks for listening to the New Flat Rate podcast. I hope you got some great takeaways to put in your toolkit this week. If you'd like to learn more about the New Flat Rate or our done-for-you menu pricing system, check us out at tnfr.us. Have a great day.